Hello there, my name is Peter. I'm the owner and also a web developer for a company called WebAca, and we build websites. We also do a lot of design work, graphic design for print. The types of websites that we build, they're quite cool. Beautiful graphics, mobile friendly. Here's another sample of a website that we built. So if we go to inspect mode, you'll see that things do change into a mobile version. I'm fairly proud about the websites that we built. I think they have very nice clean flow to them. Now the reason for this video is that I'm actually looking for somebody to take over the web development aspect of the website building. I am a web developer and an owner of the business, but I find myself speaking to clients most of the time, most of the day, and I don't really have enough time left to actually program the websites. So I'm looking for somebody to take over the programming aspect of it. So there are so many ways to build websites, and there is a specific way how I used to build websites, and I'm looking for somebody who would be able to build websites in a similar way. The idea behind building the websites in the way that I used to build them is that they are fairly, they don't have a lot of plugins, they load fairly fast, and a client is able to administer their own pages. So we're going to look at a website that we're building right now, so I can show you the internal architecture and how I built it. The website that I'm building right now, it's called oilessential.ca. Here's the homepage. You can see that I still don't have the footer here. Let's have a look at the mobile friendliness of the website. You can see that on the content restructures here, as we reduce the screen size, you'll see that everything changes. We just have the logo, we have the header navigation menu, this header image has changed, and everything else has been restructured. So at the core of this is Bootstrap. We use Bootstrap for mobile friendliness, and things are custom coded. Let's have a look at the back end of this website. So you can see the types of plugins that we're using. So we're going to go to WordPress administration. Yes, this website is WordPress, and 99% of the websites that we built are WordPress websites. We do build non-WordPress websites, but that doesn't happen too often. Let's go look at the plugins. While we're here, we're going to update them. So you can see that we're using Advanced Custom Fields Pro version, all-in-one migration that's not really related to anything. Classic editor, also not related. We use Formidable Forms for the form building, and we have the Premium Pro version for it. Max Mega Menu. Max Mega Menu allows us to fairly quickly and easily create navigation menu. So we go to Oil Essentials. So this navigation menu has been created using Max Mega Menu Pro and SMTP, really for email delivery. So really very few plugins. We don't have visual builders here. I'm not a big fan of visual builders. I think they have too many limitations, in my opinion. Okay, so in terms of the assembly and the administration of the pages, let's go and look at the home page. So as you see, we have content here, we have header here image, we have buttons, we have some more buttons, and we have text here. And as you can see on the homepage administration, we are using advanced custom fields to bring out the administration of elements to the user, so the user is able to administer pretty much everything about the website. Remember the cell phone version of this image over here? Let's have a look at it again. If we reduce the screen size, you can see that there is an image here. This is specifically for cell phone version. And it is right over here. So if I'm going to delete the image and I'm going to replace it with, I don't know, let's select this image. Select. I'm going to click update. It's going to be a lot smaller. You'll see that the header image will change dynamically because we changed it here. So let's put it back to whatever we had. So even things like header images, they're fairly adjustable. A user is able to adjust them. Now, does the user need that flexibility? I don't know, but the way that we build websites, so I have created pre-built blocks that we can reuse from reuse and use for different websites, and it's fairly quick and easy for me to add new custom blocks into a website and assemble a new website fairly fast. Usually it takes about 3 hours to put a website together. Now we have a headline over here. All products are natural, and the text over here. So you can see that this information is within the top header section. We have the navigation elements right here. Same thing, everything is pre-built. They come with as a block that we can reuse. And then we have this section over here. And the user is able to not only change the text that appears there, user is also able to change links around, point them to different pages, and click update, and they will be able to manage their own website themselves. And this way we're able to create very complex structures and also have the flexibility to give the user the back-end administration so they can administer their own content. So that's pretty much it in terms of how the user interface is and how it works. On the back end of the website, how we constructed the architecture of the website. Let's have a look. So I've started with something that's called underscores. Underscores theme. Theme. I'm not sure if you have heard of it or not, but this is the core template that I used to build a website. Basically, this is the bare bones of a template file. It has everything that we need to set up a grammatically correct or programmatically correct template. Once I received the files from underscores, I've installed it, called it my specific theme, and then I've done a couple of small modifications to it, but nothing major. And then I simply started adding template for each specific page. So if we go back to the administration over here, you'll see that the template here is homepage. And this is the files for this website. You can see that we have temp underscore home.php, and this is template homepage. So if I'm going to change the template from page to page new, you'll see that it's going to be adjusted over here. Let's refresh it here. See? Page new. So this page uses this specific template. I'm not sure if it was necessary to give you the proof, but anyways. The way that we compile elements, remember that I mentioned that things are assembled in specific blocks. So the blocks are over here. You can see that they're commented and they have specific title. Let's say BC10 start, BCCB, etc. Now this is just the HTML and PHP code. In order to make this functionable, you know that we need to connect it with advanced custom fields. So we need advanced custom fields file, we need the PHP HTML, and we also need CSS. So the CSS is within the file over here. There's a rollover section, there's BC10 start, BC10 end. So typically I get a specific element, and then I add it into add the CSS code. I add PHP HTML code into the template file, and I also go to advanced custom fields. Where is it? Custom fields. And I go to tools and I upload the file. Now, where this upload file adds a group into the administration over here, and then I can assign which specific page it's going to appear under. So ideal candidate would be able to know how to use custom fields, advanced custom fields, and have an idea of what I'm talking about. Now the next element that I want to show you is the library of elements that we use. Advanced Custom Field Boot is the name of the library. It's a fairly new project. I mean, there's really very little content here for now, simply because I have just started building it not too long ago. But we have different content blocks over here. You can see that this is I'm building an essential oil website that we talked about, and there's the block that we have seen. And it has an image of the block, it has the name of the block, and when we click expand, you'll see that I have those three elements that I talked about. We have HTML, we have CSS, and we have JSON file. The JSON file is needed in order to add it to advanced custom fields. Where is it? Custom fields, under tools. So let's say we want to add, let's add a block or something. Let's add this block, BCCC. Going to click expand, and there's another thing. Sometimes I don't have JSON files because I didn't get around to integrating advanced custom fields option. So some elements are just pure CSS. Other elements, they come with advanced custom fields. This one is also pure HTML. I think this one has JSON, yeah. So we copy this, we go to the website, let's add it to the very end over here, just as an example. You can see that everything is properly formatted, and that's really cool. And then we copy the CSS elements over here, going to go to styles. I'm just going to scroll all the way down, and the way that I build websites, and that is really important, that we need to make sure that we go mobile first and then larger screen and larger screen. It's very difficult to modify websites that have been built desktop first and then they work their way backwards to mobile version. It's just difficult to modify such websites. So definitely I'm looking for a developer that knows how to style properly with mobile first and then move to the larger screens. You see that I don't really have any styles for the larger screens because I try to keep everything in blocks. You can see that there's the header block over here and I add media queries right within it. Okay, so we go back to this thing. Media queries right within the blocks. So the footer media queries usually just stay there for reference purpose. Okay, let's get this thing uploaded. Let's have a look at what it's going to look like on the website. We've added a new block and you don't see anything because the block doesn't have any content in it. Remember that we need to add the actual JSON file. So we're going to click on JSON. It's going to download the zip file because we cannot save JSON files as is without the zip. Put them into zip. We're going to go to custom fields. We're going to click on tools. We're going to choose file. Before we choose file, we're going to open the zip file. And we're going to take the JSON file out of the zip file, place it on the desktop. Close this thing down, choose file, select desktop, and we're going to select the JSON file and click import file. So we have just imported the file. The file is called VC7, so it will have a different header over here. Simply because when I built it, I didn't have time to make sure that all of the headers are the same name. Now the file already is pre-formatted pre-formatted to show up on a specific page within the locations, pre-formatted to show up on homepage, and I don't remember how this is called. VC7. Central section. Yeah, I don't remember what name I gave it to it. Let's have a look at it. I'm going to go to homepage. Central section. That was the name of it. So we're going to go to, just to show you, page template equals to homepage. That's how I set it to show up on a specific page. And I'm hiding content editor over here. Going back to the central section, we're going to move this thing down, all the way down to the very end, so that it flows with correctly with the page order. Okay, that's good. Now let's click update. We'll not see anything here just yet, except for a small box here. But now we can actually add information here. This is header. This is subheader. We can add list, item, item 2, item 3. This is the last section. We can add a background image. None of the images here, they're background friendly because they're very small. They're designed to be for a button, and they're not going to work as a background. But just to show you how quickly and easily we can add a block, you'll see that the block will show up here. There we go. So technically, if we look at the actual image of how it looks, we have the top header over here, we have the bottom header over here, with some background image, and that's what we see here. Top header with the background image and bottom header with the background image, and information goes here. Now, what I want you to realize is the fact that we can always change CSS to adjust to the way that graphic designer has designed something. You're not stuck to the CSS that is provided within the block. Feel free to modify, change it. The idea is to give you a head start so you can fairly quickly and easily add sections that you need and build websites fairly fast. We're going to go back and we're going to remove the new block that we have just added, simply because we don't need it. Custom fields. That was central section. Going to trash it. Okay, so that was it. I mentioned to you that we can add data use underscores. You might be wondering if you have to create a new instance of underscores every time. You don't have to, and I'll show you how we do that without adding a new instance of underscore. I'm going to generate a new virtual server, open up a new virtual server that you're going to work in, but the process will be fairly similar. We're going to go to login.acfboot. Oops, run account. Continue to go as admin. Okay, we're inside, so let's have a look at subscriptions. You'll see that I have specific accounts here, ua0.acfboot.com. Let's have a look at it. ua0.acfboot.com. You'll see that there's nothing here. This is a template file. This is a pre-formatted underscores file, underscores template that I've generated, so I can use that as an empty workable space within which I start building websites. So whenever I need to create a new page, what I do is I click add subscription, and then I create subscription. Let's say new client.acfboot.com. We are always building prototypes of websites within the subdomain. Going to give this whatever name, new client, let's say generate whatever password, doesn't really matter. We're always going to secure it, and we're going to click create. Takes a little bit of time. The server isn't super fast to generate a new client instance. The new server that I'm going to install is going to be exactly the same thing, a Plesk. Slightly faster than this one. And once we have generated new client account, we're going to go to UA0, and we're going to, you can see that there is a WordPress installed. We're going to click clone, and then we're going to create subdomain. No, we're not going to create subdomain. We're going to use existing domain or subdomain, and we have just created new client.acfboot.com. So if we're going to go to new client.acfboot right now, you see that we have this page over here. I'm going to close out of this guy. It just has the default page, and we're going to click start. Now what it does, it actually processes and it clones the UA0 instance to install a new one in the new desired location. It's going to copy database, update configuration files, all the fun stuff. Good thing that it does it automatically. Okay, so the website was cloned, and if we refresh this page, you'll see that the WordPress installation has been installed and configured, and it's ready to go pretty much. All that we'll need to go is to go back to Plesk administration. Going to go to new client.acfboot.com, and we're going to go to FTP. Where is it here? FTP access. We'll create new FTP access, and usually when I create FTP access, I add new account and I make sure that the account sits within the themes within my UA0 theme. So that's that's the path that I select here. I generate a password and I basically connect to it. And that's pretty much it. That's how fairly quickly and easily we can generate new accounts to create new websites, staging spaces for clients. Okay, so you might be wondering who is going to be doing the designing of the website. How does that work? I'll give you a quick overview in terms of how that works. I'm going to go to client.akimage.com. We actually have a graphic designer that does the designs for us. So, forgot the password, so I had to find the password. So I'm in the in this location right here. I'm going to click open in incognito window. And I need to get the password for it. This is really a place where clients are able to look at their websites that the designer builds. So something like this, fairly simple website. This client requested a very simplistic website, so we have built it like that for them. Then we're going to go back to other websites. Niche.wu is another website that we have just built recently. We'll see how that looks. So we have header, logo, and the hero image with our services, different sections. You'll see that some elements are a little different from what we have. Some elements are not within our library of scripts. So this will have to be done. This will have to be programmed by yourself and added later to our library of scripts. So that's pretty much the process. Graphic designer creates a design. You go back into the website. Into the virtual server, create an instance, and using our library of scripts, create new elements if they're needed to, or use the ones that are available, and pretty much design whatever designer has designed. Now, do you have to use this process that I have just described? Ideally, yes. But if you know something that I don't know, and I'm not an extreme expert in web development, I have learned web development myself, and by no means I'm an expert. I'm more of a business owner and business administrator rather than high-end web developer. If you know how to do it more efficiently, faster, easier, let's talk about it, because I'm all up for ideas. This method that I've developed using advanced custom fields and the library of scripts allows me to have fairly small space that the website occupies on the server. That's one element. Another thing is that it doesn't require caching plugins, simply because we're not using visual builders. Visual builders are usually bulky. They require fairly extensive maintenance down the road. I'm just trying to build robust websites, something that will not break for a client in 2 or 3 years. So if you have an alternative method of building websites, basically we need just this to be up and running, and we want it to be functional we want it to look nice, and we want it to be robust. We also want to be able to have ability for a client to modify content if needed. It doesn't have to be advanced custom fields. Does not have to be. So let me know what your proposals are. If you're able to go from a design to implementation to the actual website, I'd be really interested to hear your proposal. And let me know how something like this, how much time would it take you to program just the homepage, of a website that would look something like this. Alright, at this time I do have quite a few projects. I have 3 websites that needs programming. This is one of them. This is another website ready to go. We finished the graphic design. I didn't have time to actually start coding it. And we also have another website, God's Beauty. You can see it here. So this is how the third website looks. So right now we have 3 website projects that need to be programmed. And this is ongoing. We're building a lot of websites daily. So I'm definitely going to need help, an ongoing help. Somebody who really knows how to build websites, build them fairly fast, and really make sure that they're robust and that they work properly. Alright, let me know and I'll be happy to work with you. To submit a proposal, just go to my website, webbaker.com. Actually, don't even go to my website. Just email me. That would work best. I'm going to specify my email address here, peter@webacre.com. I'm going to distribute this video all over the place because I do want to find somebody reliable to work with. And I don't ignore messages. I do go through every single message that I get, and I have Excel sheet that I'm going to be organizing all of the portfolio elements, how people are building things. I mean, I'm going to go into extreme depth to find the perfect candidate for this position here. It is a part-time, it's not even part-time, it's more of a contractor position, help when I need it, because at this time I'm still working on the marketing aspect, and sometimes I get huge number of orders and sometimes I don't get any orders. So I'll do my best to space everything out, and with your help as a web developer, I'm sure it will take off a lot of my headache of trying to program things and work on marketing and building business. I'll be focused more on building business while you focus on building out websites. Alright, thanks. Looking forward to seeing your proposal.